Assalamu alaikum. I'm Irfan Hussain, and I'm here with a new lecture of our course of Anglo Saxon literature. The course is the History of English Literature, and our present topic is going on Anglo Saxon literature. And today we will get some kind of introduction to Anglo Saxon literary works. This is an introduction to the most prominent Anglo Saxon literary works. No doubt it cannot cover all the literary works, but the most important and the most famous ones. Anglo Saxon poetry was having a particular structure. It was in the form of alliteration that followed a rhythmic or a rhythm of heartbeat and breathing. It was commonly written in lines containing 4 rhythmical accents and 3 of accented syllables alliterating. You might be studying these kind of terminologies. What is alliteration? What is rhythm? What is stress? What is accented stress syllable, and what is unaccented syllable? You might be studying all these things in our course of literary studies, but I will try to explain it in some other video. Presently we will go on with our introduction. This introduction to the structure of the poetry was just given to you so that you can understand what is coming next. The most of the important collection that is found of Anglo Saxon literature is the Exeter Book. It was collected by the later writers, and it is also associated with Caedmon. It includes his works and of other poets. Let us see what is there inside that book. That is one single poem, The Seafarer, that has its significance and that proved its significance throughout the literature of English. You can read that poem from the screen, or you can also download its text. This poem is from an anonymous writer. Anonymous poem means that a poem or the piece of work that we do not know about the writer of the work. That work is anonymous. For example, the Seafarer is anonymous. Even the national anthem of England is anonymous. No one knows who wrote it. Also, it is allegorical, it is lyrical, and it is elegiac. All these qualities are found in this single poem, and this poem has a reflection in the Middle English literature and even in the modern literature as well. What is that allegorical, lyrical, and elegiac? If you have that kind of understanding from your other courses, it's fine, and if you have a question, you may ask me. Riddles have also been very important genre of the Anglo-Saxon time. People used to write riddles and to give a kind of test to the readers, and it was kind of invokement to the readers, and it was very much interesting genre. And the book of Exeter has a collection of 100 riddles. Few traditions tell that the number was exactly 95 riddles, but a few riddles were repeated in some kind of interpretive books. Otherwise, the correct number according to the traditions was 95. So we write that it was almost 100 roundabout riddles that were given in that book. It was written in 780, and it was popular in monasteries, in church, and in other clergy people. This is the riddle 1 in that collection, and you can read this riddle, and you may try to form the answer of the riddle, and if you are able to give correct answer, I will give you 2 additional marks in your midterm. Another very important poem that is often ignored when Anglo-Saxon literature is studied, but this one is very important, that is of King Arthur and the Round Table Knights. That is a poem that is with King Arthur, who was a hero of Anglo-Saxon period, and rather it is a kind of mythical character, and also that 12 of his knights. This poem has not only strong significance in Anglo-Saxon literature, but also it has its reflection and influence on the later literature of English. This book has 12 books. This poem has 12 books. That it means it was written in 12 books, each with a separate hero and an individual story. It means all these 12 books have separate heroes. That is not only about one hero. Every book has its own hero and every book has its own individual story. So you can read it individually. It is not necessary to read all 12 books. All these 12 books have individual stories. Fairy Queen, you might be studying in your course of classical poetry, that Fairy Queen was actually modeled on the structure of this poem, King Arthur and his 12 knights. It's a wonderful story when we see that at the end, when King Arthur was died, he was left alone and only one friend was there with him. Yes, this is another phenomenal and another wonderful work of English literature, that is Beowulf. Another anonymous poem, no one knows the name of the writer. It was written in 7th or 8th century, and it was an epic, long narrative poem. And as I told you that Anglo-Saxon poetry was written in alliterative lines, this poem had 3,182 alliterative lines. And an interesting fact is that Beowulf is considered to be the national poem of England. It has 2 parts, and in the first part, the hero Beowulf kills a monster, and in the second part, he kills a dragon that had power to swim in the sea, and also to use his fiery strength. And then Beowulf dies at the end, and because he got injury during his fight against the dragon, and when he died he was also left alone, and there was only one friend Wiglaf that was with him. You have to keep all these names and little facts in your mind, because your exams and your coming exams in your future, whether it is for the job or for your semester exams, there may be such type of questions in MCQs. So you have to keep all these things in your mind. This is all for today for our Anglo-Saxon important works, and our next video will be about the development of Anglo-Saxon prose, and with that topic our Anglo-Saxon period will be completed. So till then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much. God bless you.